before the sun up till after the sun down. I want to start coming directly to YouTube a little bit more. I see the audience is picking up, good, bad, and otherwise, but yesterday we went and officially filed to run for this California Assembly District 55 seat. So immediately we need those of you who are in LA, whether you're in the district, to sign, and certain parts it goes as far east as Normandy, certain parts it goes as far west, borderlining with a lot of the beach cities like Venice is just west, Santa Monica is just west. I believe Playa del Rey is actually within, or parts of it is within the 55th. But if you do not live within the district, you can help us get those signatures. We just need people who are over 18, and the signatures have to be from people who are both registered and live within the district. The assembly seat is a state level position where they primarily create laws and how to spend the state budget. And that's what drew me into this, is because the representatives who are over many of our areas, especially so-called Black community, make up the California Legislative Black Caucus. And last year, they blocked two reparations bills. One would have established an agency to determine or identify which of us are descendants of people who were emancipated from chattel slavery. And the second would have actually started a fund for both the state and other private institutions to start depositing funds into that fund to start paying out to those of us who are descendants. But last year, the caucus blocked those bills, and this year, they came back with a bill to further delay and prolong the process of us receiving, our long overdue debt that is owed to us. And I believe it was SB 437, which basically called for the Cal State universities to come up with a way to have a certified genealogy result that says which of us are descendants. But basically, the position I'm running for is to replace one of those CLBC members, who is the representative for this district, the 55th district, which is Isaac G. Bryan. He's shown he's weak. He's going along with interests that are pushing us out, basically. And that's with the majority, if not all, of the Black misleadership class right now. But to take that seat would put us as one of 100 plus different representatives. So that then would basically be one voice that I know of for now to champion our issues. But with that, similar to how we have functioned, amongst the people to this point, we know that's going to have to be what we do both for this campaign, but even to get into that seat in order to, sway influence in our favor. And that's been primarily through educating folks and organizing people who, agree, have a common interest. So that is what this is really all about. It will also gain access to a lot of information that we otherwise quite often don't find out about till after decisions are made and deals are done. But give us a heads up with that. And again, more action at pushing back and even preventing a lot of shit that's happening that is not in our best interest. So, throughout this process over the next several months, the primary is June 2nd, 2026. The year of the tens, the reset, new beginnings. And like I said, initially the thing will be getting the required signatures to both nominate myself to run for this position, but also getting signatures to get on the ballot. So to be nominated requires 40 signatures, and to get on the ballot requires 857 signatures. The 857 signatures are due by February 4th. So very possibly as soon as this weekend, we will jump on that. And, fortunately, there are enough people who are supporting this to where we will have a team. But, for something like this, the more the better. Quite often they say get 2 to 3 times as many required signatures, because quite often people are disqualified for whatever reason, whether they don't live in the district or something. There's an issue with their registration. But yeah, so all who see this, again, if you're in LA and it's time to start changing shit that is happening, get at me, let me know. If you are not in LA, there are other ways you can help, whether you know people in LA or whether you can, help us do some of the other things we need to get done. You can send an email, or I can share my email if you are interested. But yeah, so that's one of the things we will be doing this coming year. In addition, it will be the 10th year anniversary of our formation of the Africatown Coalition. Many of us who were in different formations in 2016 came together initially to proactively address the police murders that were happening throughout the city, but also as soon as we began that, we saw how many of our folks were being pushed out into the streets and encamped in different areas. And then once we start going to meetings, to a lot of our own Black people who are of the mindset of monetizing this gentrification, they were speaking against other people in the community who they bought into this idea of being undesirable. So we will be having our 10-year anniversary of the beginning of this formation. And fortunately, we have grown. We've lost people like one of our founding members, Marcus Capone Higgins, brother I knew several years prior to, but he ended up having surgery for a tumor. All right, top of the morning, yes sir. And his aftercare, they released him, and he wasn't ready to be released. He most definitely helped really establish us in the work we are doing in this formation, and way before the formation of the Africa Town Coalition. I met Maca. We connected around 2009, being in the libraries every day, gradually realizing we were both into a lot of the same what was happening, sharing different information. He was really plugged in with what was happening with Nipsey at the time, so he was really keeping me up on that. But we gradually got out here in the streets together, and the first formation we came with was Blacks in 365. Very similar agenda to what we're doing with Africa Town, and then that transitioned into the Africa Town Coalition in 2016. But again, I did file yesterday to run for the office in Assembly District, California Assembly District, State Assembly District 55. So we will be launching that as soon as this weekend, the beginning of next week. So all who can get at me, but we do need your help. Everybody have a great day.